right, Matrixx and Rhodes show supporters, let's talk about Scrabble. That's right, beloved board game that a lot of us grew up playing. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in general, I'm pretty competitive about everything, you know? I want to finish near the top, at the top, all right? I mean, second place is for, well, losers. And I think we all sort of, that grew up with a good work ethic, I feel like work ethic and competitiveness is tied together. It was when I worked in the corporate world. I mean, our teams had to compete against each other. Our contracts competed against each other. And frankly, I wanted to go out and dominate everybody, if possible. And we always pushed to do that. I always pushed my teams to try to do that. And I guess I will tell you, the future is bleak. It is bleak because our future is made up of people like those in Gen Z that seem to be scared of competitiveness, scared to go all out for work ethic. There's been talk of 32-hour work weeks, not 40. And I'm thinking, don't you want to work 60 so you can get 20 hours of overtime? They don't look at it that way anymore. They don't. And, of course, my goodness, if it's not inclusive, then, well, they can't be involved anyway. Okay, so Scrabble has stepped in to make a less competitive, more inclusive version of the board game. This is ridiculous, folks. I mean, that instant gratification these people get from being on their phones and posting on InstaFace and all these different places, and the fact that they're so worried about each other's feelings that being competitive literally sends a shiver of fear down their spines. I weep for the future. That's frightening to me. That these guys don't have that same drive to compete and come out on top. I mean, look, it's very famous that Michael Jordan was so competitive, it didn't matter what he was doing. It didn't matter if he was playing golf, if he was playing cards. He wanted to dominate everybody in everything he did. Tom Brady, too. It's no surprise that both of those guys are the GOATs. All right, so let's look at this. This is Fox News. A new version of Scrabble is set to be released for the first time in 75 years. And the updated rendition of the iconic board game is reportedly aimed at a Gen Z audience. An updated version to be released in Europe will include two sides. One with the original game for players who want to stick to traditional version, and a second, quote, less competitive version to appeal to Gen Z players. Oh, suck it up. I weep for our future. BBC first reported the second side, called Scrabble Together, I quit, will include helper cards using a simpler scoring system. Are you guys idiots? That will be quicker to play and allow people to play in teams. Broadcaster and British Scrabble president Giles Bandrith told BBC Radio 4 today that Mattel, the maker of the game, has done some research and found that the younger Gen Z people don't like the, quote, competitive nature of the game. God. As much as older generations. USSY. You can go find the P. Be competitive for it. In response, he said the newer version would be, quote, easier and more inclusive. God. I mean, let's not work for nothing. Bunch of Marxists. The makers of Scrabble found that younger people, Gen Z, don't quite like the competitive nature of Scrabble. They want a game where you can simply enjoy language, words, being together. Oh, let's sing Kumbaya. Give each other reach-arounds. And having fun creating words. The beta version of Scrabble. Brett Simmerrumpf, a previous World Scrabble champion, said the new version of the game, quote, speaks to a trend in younger people who want to avoid competitive games and a sense of losing. This is the problem with the everybody gets a damn trophy society we've built. You don't deserve a trophy. You lost, you loser. Go work harder, come back and try to win. Lick your wounds, pansy. Instead, favoring teamwork and collaboration, working towards a fun goal together. Although some people online have been quick to criticize the move, calling it Scrabble for snowflakes and woke Scrabble on X, in the simpler version, cards will provide help, including prompts and clues that will be selected to match the player's chosen challenge level. That's the other thing. They've got no attention span. They can't focus on what it is they're doing. They get bored. Phone, slide, phone, slide, Snapchat, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God. To win, the player must complete 20 challenges and loses if they used all the helper cards and cannot complete a goal. Scrabble has truly stood the test of time as one of the most popular board games in history, and we want to ensure the game continues to be inclusive for all players. Why don't they just call this Scrabble, the loser edition? Ray Adler, Vice President, Global Head of Games at Mattel, said, according to press release, for anyone who's ever thought word games aren't for me or a little intimidated by the classic game, Scrabble Together mode is an ideal option. Go play Go Fish, you loser. With team-based and faster gameplay, Scrabble Together mode continues to celebrate the wonder of words just as a classic version does, but thanks to its exciting new cooperative and dynamic gameplay, it's more accessible and brings people together. The other thing here is, and guys, I love video games. I love them. But I could see a lot of people just being bored now. I mean, shit, with Halo multiplayer and Call of Duty and all that. I mean, yeah, that stuff's exciting. But I think, at least the people I know, when you sit down to play a board game, even amongst family, you want to feel a competitive side to it. I mean, Trivial Pursuit, blah, blah, blah. I don't care what it is. Monopoly, I want to dominate and dunk on your face skull. I just do. Players who prefer the classic version will continue to have the classic board game. God, unbelievable. Luckily, folks, at this point, it looks like it's only going to be in Europe, but I'm sure there's going to be a woke, more inclusive version coming to the United States near you. I can't imagine there won't be. I mean, purple hairs everywhere are crying because they're getting dominated by a Gen Xer or a boomer on some Scrabble right now. So they've taken the time to, guess what? Let me tweet to Mattel and tell them the game's too hard so they can change it for me. God. Absolutely pathetic. I saw this and was like, I don't care if this gets 12 views. I'm doing a video on it. It's ridiculous. You know, my wife's laughing at me right now. I saw this and I just literally, I wanted to throw my laptop across the room. A woke version of Scrabble for the weaklings. Beta Scrabble. A loser edition. Tell me what you think, Oh, there we go. Damn it to hell. Matrixx and Rhodes show supporters. Too many channels. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.